Welcome to another Singing for a Cause performance, this time in our new and not so furnished underground location for the temporary time being. Grateful for the opportunity, though, to perform here nonetheless. This month's Spotlight charity is COVE, that's Communities Overcoming Violent Encounters. They are based out of Ludington, Michigan, and they serve Mason, Oceana, Lake, and Manistee counties. I'll go more into detail about COVE in a little bit, but I'm going to start the show off different than my typical Singing for a Cause performances. Traditionally, I start out with Just for Today, which is my song on recovery from addiction. But this month is it's Sexual Assault Awareness Month. So I'm going to start with a song that is just about that, sexual assault. My own personal story. This song helped me be able to open up and talk a little bit, at least, about my struggles, and be able to talk to a therapist, at least, because for the longest time I couldn't even talk about the idea beyond simply saying sexual assault. So this was a song that channeled and opened my ability to be able to discuss the events that I survived from. So it's called Me Too. I never understood the pain that they went through, but now I know the feeling all too well. I felt I was to blame, I couldn't bear the pain. I was stuck here in a world that seemed like hell. I wouldn't have been abused if I wasn't trying to use. The scars were there, life would never be the same. But I can't stop now, not today. The world needs to know that this is not okay. There are lots of us that don't know what to do. Just understand it happens to me too. I finally reached for help, I still haven't got that far to stop the blood and living with the scars. How will I be viewed by myself and those around? I'm trying to walk again, I must get off the ground. I need to find a way to share what happened to me that day, 'cause I know that I am far from all alone. And I can't stop now, not today. The world needs to know that this is not okay. There are lots of us that don't know what to do. Just understand it happened to me too. For those who share the pain, trying to make it day by day, it's not your fault, no matter what they say. You still can make a call to get help, so you stand tall. Together we will work to find a way. to share this world we've known, the one we want to call our home, where we put the blame on those that did the deeds. 'Cause I can't stop now, not today. This world needs to know that this is not okay. There are lots of us that don't know what to do. Just understand it happened to me too. There are lots of us that don't know what to do. Just understand it happened to me too. All right. Me too. Those that are struggling personally with sexual assault, know you're not alone. Know that what you did is not wrong on your end. What they did is, in fact, their fault, no matter what their justification may be. And I know the struggle. Even when you know that it's not your fault, I know the struggle. Anyway, that being said, let's do one more original, and then I'll take time to talk in depth about COVE. So now I'll do the song I traditionally start out with, Just for Today. Just for today, I'll change my life. Just for today, I'll be clean. I don't know what tomorrow brings, but I'm glad I have the strength to be free. Just for today, now I know I will never be the same, or be the man that I used to be. I'm moving on and living each day one by one. Must forgive myself and apologize to those that I have wronged. I can't say that I know what tomorrow has in store, but just for today, I'll change my life. Just for today, I'll be clean. I don't know what tomorrow brings, but I'm glad I have the strength to be free. Just for today, I was blind to the illness that I have. It nearly took everything I love. I'm fortunate God gave me a second chance to live my life. It might not be there if I slip again. I'm blessed to have the shot to live a better life. And just for today, I'll change my life. Just for today, I'll be clean. I don't know what tomorrow brings, but I'm glad I have the strength to be free. Just for today. into my life. I must leave behind the ones who dragged me down. There's tools out there that I now have, and I plan to use them every day to help make sure I don't fall off this road. I'll avoid complacency, but won't live in fear. And just for today, I'll change my life. Just for today, I'll be clean. I don't know what tomorrow brings, but I'm glad I have the strength to be free. Just for today. Yeah, I don't know what tomorrow brings, but thank God I have the strength to be free. Just for today. I would now like to take a moment to talk about this month's Spotlight charity, COVE, Communities Overcoming Violent Encounters. So, their mission is to provide shelter, protection, and advocacy to victims of domestic violence and sexual assault, while also educating the community about the root causes of violence. For more than 40 years, survivors in Mason, Lake, Oceana, and now Manistee counties have turned to COVE in times of need. COVE services are offered 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year to survivors. Additionally, COVE continues to personalize their services to the needs of victims through emergency services, advocacy, and referrals. To learn more about COVE, including upcoming events and how you can get involved, visit callcove.com. Now, I will be going over later in this show a little bit more on an upcoming event that they have, and also more about the Singing for a Cause event and how you can help. But you have some options here. So you can go to callcove.com if you'd like, and you can see there on ways you can help, ways you can get involved. There's also a link at the bottom of their website. Let me check, I'm actually at their website. So if you go to the bottom of their website, there's an area that says Join COVE. Support our survivors and their families. And there's a button right there that says Donate Now. You can click there and you can make a donation to them and help them that way. If you don't want to do it that way, you also have the option of going to bigindymedia.com/singing for a cause. There you have the option, you have a couple options now, of you can buy one of the songs from my original album, and where 100% of the sales are donated to COVE. And then we also have a new thing called Songrams, which I'll get into more later. But until then, let's go back to the show. Hope you're enjoying. So now I'm going to do a little bit of Beatles. One song of Beatles, and then I'm going to do Elton John to follow it up. So this song is actually called In My Life. It's one of my favorite songs by the Beatles, actually. And set the mood right. There we go. There are places I remember all my life, but some have changed, some forever, not for better. Some have gone, and some remain. All these places had their moments with lovers and friends I still can recall. Some are dead and some are living in my life. I love them all. these friends and lovers, there is no one compares with you, and these memories lose their meaning when I think of love as something new. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before, I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before, I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more. In my life, I love you more. All right. Gotta love the Beatles. And now, my favorite song by Elton John happens to be his first song, and it happened to be the first song that I learned of Elton John's. So, that is none other than Your Song. Let's set it. It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. Now one of those who can easily hide. I don't have much money, but if I did, I'd buy a big house where we both could live. If I was a sculptor, but then again no, or a man who makes potions in a traveling show. Why, I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is my song, and this one's for you. And you can tell everybody that this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world. I sat on the roof and I kicked up the moss. Well, some of these verses, now they've got me quite cross. But the sun's been quite bright while I wrote this song. It's for people like you that keep it turned on. So excuse me for getting, but these things I do. You see, I've forgotten if they're green, brown or blue. Anyway, the thing is, what I really mean, yours are the sweetest eyes I've ever seen. And you can tell everybody that this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world. I hope you don't mind, ooh, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world. All right, now I'll send it back for another talk about Big Andy Media and about COVE. Within Big Andy Media, we have the Singing for a Cause event. And so this is what Singing for a Cause is. Singing for a Cause is an ongoing fundraising campaign created to help raise money and awareness for a charity or charitable cause. At the beginning of every month, we spotlight a different charity or cause, providing an overview and information pertaining to them, including a link to their website. 100% of all revenue generated within the Singing for a Cause page will go to that month's charity or cause. There's also a usually live performance streamed on YouTube and Facebook on the second and fourth Sunday of every month, helping raise awareness and funds for the Spotlight charity. Now, in the past, it was on the first and third, but going forward, it's now on the second and fourth Sunday of every month. So half of the revenue generated from donations for the performance goes to the charity cause. The other half goes to Big Andy Media, which helps us cover, one of the things it covers is the finance charges. So when you make a payment online, usually there's a charge on for the online payment, whether it be PayPal or through a credit card. Now, we make sure that on Big Andy Media and we cover that cost. So when you, for instance, when you purchase a song through Big Andy Media from the album, 100% of the money goes to the Spotlight charity, which means that Big Andy Media has to cover the cost for the donation, the charge for a card, which we're fine with. That's kind of the whole point of it. So that's why only half goes there, and so far it hasn't been much of an issue. We haven't necessarily brought in a lot of donations. Our biggest thing so far has been awareness, which is perfectly fine. So anyway, at the end of every month, the next month's charity / cause will be announced, or at the very least the beginning of the next month. And that is also the time that we are able to take those donations and then send them to the Spotlight charity. If you are an artist or an organization that is interested in participating and or getting involved, you can contact Big Andy Media via the website, or you can simply email Big Andy Media at support@bigandymedia.com, or you can go to the contact tab and you can also give us a call. So you have some options there. Additionally, as you have seen in this performance, we are currently in an underground situation. So if you are a venue of any kind, essentially, within the Grand Rapids area that would be able to host the Singing for a Cause performances, whether it be with a live audience or simply a nicer venue, essentially, for me to bring the keyboard and some equipment to make a higher quality, more appealing to the eye performance. please reach out to me, and I will be more than happy to talk with you about that. And I'll even, if it's a business restaurant kind of deal, I will obviously, give a shout out and do my best to promote you guys as well for the assistance. So now going more into, diving more into this, we covered the two types of ways you can, donate as far as through Big Andy Media. You can, purchase the album on the bigandymedia.com/singing for a cause. It'll redirect you to, I believe I have it on the bandcamp.com link, and it'll send you there directly to the store. You also can listen to the songs right on the website, so there's some flexibility there. The newest thing that we have is going to be their Songgram. So it's not the newest service, but it's the newest addition as far as we're singing for cause. So what a Songgram essentially, let me go into what a Songgram is first. So, essentially, if you want to give the gift of music, Big Andy Media can make that happen through Songgrams. So whether it be writing and recording a custom song, or simply recording a personal performance of the songs you want, Big Andy Media will help you create the ultimate gift for your loved ones. And as far as how it ties to Singing for Cause, you can now request that half of your payment for the Songgrams be donated to the Singing for a Cause Spotlight charity of your choice from past or present Spotlight charities. So basically, if any of these songs you hear, and a laundry list more of songs, if you would like those to be personally performed as far as a recording and sent to a loved one, or sent to you to send to a loved one, and even with a personalized message, or if you have a certain song in mind and you want merely the lyrics to be modified, or if you really are feeling the need to splurge on a loved one, I can even write an entire song and record, and so you're free to send to them. And so I know there are a lot of services out there that use AI, and that's fine. That's a great option for some. And you can always argue that it's the thought that counts. But I'll put it kind of like jewelry commercials do. So if you're getting engaged and you propose with a ring from a Cracker Jack box, the thought counts, but it also shows how much you really value them. So it's the same sense, or the real thing compared to the cheap thing. That's the advantage of going through an actual artist for a Songgram instead of several of the quick, cheap, automated options. Like I said, nothing against the automated options as far as the thought, but you do now have an option for the real thing. Those are the Songgrams. Like I said, half of those can go to, if you elect, will go to the Singing for a Cause charity of your choice, Spotlight charity of your choice. And for more information of that, you can once again go to bigandymedia.com/contact, and you can get a hold of me that way, or you can simply email support at bigandymedia.com and send me what you would like, what you're interested in, and I can give you a quote or a range of quotes depending on your request. So that's that part. Now to go a little more into COVE. So they I believe it was 2017, they expanded their services to that include a SANE, which is sexual assault nurse exam, which is pretty big deal. And I believe it's also available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I believe. Let me double check on that. I want to make sure I get my stuff right here. But I know that is, as I read through it. Yes, as of 2017, and these services are offered 24/7, 365 to survivors. And that was added in 2017 in their new building. So I should also mention that they have offices currently in Ludington, or in Mason County. Yeah, so Ludington's the one office. It's on 906 East Ludington Avenue. But they have offices in Mason, Oceana, and Lake County. And they have an emergency shelter that's located in Ludington. And while I am thinking about it, they have a crisis number that if you are struggling, do not hesitate. Or if you know someone who's struggling in a situation with domestic abuse or sexual assault, the crisis number is 800 950 5808. I highly recommend you give that number a call if you are struggling in one of these situations. But while I'm thinking about it, they also have other additional services. Like I said, the crisis support, 365, 24/7 kind of deal. Then they have general advocacy here. So our services are personalized to meet the needs of each individual, from trauma-informed services for survivors of domestic violence and sexual assault. They have support groups. I already mentioned they have an emergency shelter. This is the really cool one. They have legal advocacy. Where they actually have lawyers that volunteer their time to meet with survivors and discuss options for them. They have children's advocacy, and the one I didn't mention is they have healing arts workshops, which is a really cool concept in itself. From everything, yoga, meditation, painting, so a lot of really cool things out there. I'm very grateful to be representing them as far as having them as Spotlight Charity here. So I'm technically not representing them. I'm grateful to fundraise on their behalf, I should say. And so I'll get into more on what they are doing, what's available with them. I'll just go back to the music right now. Okay, so now that we're back, I'm going to do a song that I wrote actually during my active addiction. So for those who are tuning in that don't know my past, I struggled with active drug addiction from 2017 through up till September of 2022. And so part of during that addiction is you observe things with people around you. And so it kind of ties in with sexual assault in this one, that you're around a lot of, that you witness the life of a lot of prostitutes when you're actually living in some of those areas. So this song is just that. It's an observation of a friend of mine who was living that life, struggling with addiction, but also stuck in the vicious loop of selling her body. So that's what this song is about. It's called Another Way. And it was essentially my observation from a helpless point of view. So this is the best I could do to help. Day by day, she tries to get by in this hell. She feels trapped. She'd rather die than to live her life as a slave. She still gets pain, but she dulls it all away with her rum and cocaine. You can't know her life, it's not the same. I wish I could have come and saved the day, but I'm no Superman, and she's no Lois Lane. There must be another way. She goes outside to the corner that she knows all too well. Rain or shine, she sells herself to a man that she has never met. She can't pay rent, man who pulls the strings takes his share. There's nothing left. She cries to sleep. She's losing hope. I wish I could have come and saved the day. Stop the man who treats her like a slave. There must be another way. But one day she runs away. She gets a ticket to Santa Fe for a chance to live a better life. She doesn't have a lot, but at least she's got a shot for her to finally be free. Well, she's just one of the few that get away from being trapped and enslaved. There are many more who will cry and even die from the shame. We're to blame for letting this go on every night and every day. Had that been your child, would you act the same? I wish I could have come and saved the day. We need more to speak and less to shy away. It's time to go another way. I'm happy to say that last I heard, she is doing well and has gotten her life in a better direction. So I pray that still is going in that direction. Anyway, with that, I think while I'm on this roll of significant songs, as far as, the value with life experiences, I'm going to do a song that I wrote this past winter. And I think it was this past, maybe it was this past fall. But it's called Afraid. And I feel that it's a topic that we like to, at least I can speak as far as the recovery community. I often see people like to sometimes pretend that they no longer have any fear. And personally, if that's the case for them, I am very happy for them. There are moments that I still struggle with fear, and it's learning to not be paralyzed by that fear that brings the challenge. So this song is called Afraid. I wake today, living worlds apart. The man I used to be, he just couldn't see that I'd ever come this far. I always ran away, trying to dodge what I couldn't see, 'cause didn't know that how good this life could ever be. 'Cause I was afraid that I would fall, that I'd be laying here with no one left to call, down an unknown road, not knowing which way to go. I was afraid. I rolled the dice, gambling with my life. I couldn't see beyond the mirror, I couldn't speak beyond the lies. I crept into the dark, chose to hide beneath the rock. Thought if I could only go, turn back the clock. 'cause I was afraid that they'd all see that I failed to be the man that I had dreamed. I had gone astray, and I couldn't find my way. I was afraid. Well, I finally prayed for guidance. I cried for help to find my path. I left the rock, built support to face my fears. I had to face up with my demons, had to shed a lot of tears. I can't be content with where I'm at, yet this journey's just begun. Day by day, living present instead of on the run. So when I'm afraid, I pray for peace to know that the challenges I face will lead to growth. Now I finally see God has me right where I'm supposed to be. I'm not afraid. All right. And now we will go back and give another quick update on COVE, about COVE, and how you can help, as well as upcoming COVE events. All right, so now that we've talked about ways of donating to COVE, I'm going to go into another little area, which would be how you can get involved, how you can volunteer. So, if you would like to contact them for this, there's two ways. So you can call them at 231-843-2541 or volunteer at callcove.com. So that's a great way to get more information on it. But from their website even, it says their volunteer program is tailored to meet our volunteers where their passions and skills excel. Whether it is in maintenance, event planning, cleaning, or helping to educate the community, there is a place for you. So there's a lot of great opportunities to help out as far as that goes. I know also, I believe they take, let me get more information. Hopefully I'll be able to give you a more accurate picture during the next Singing for Cause. But I believe there are certain items they also take for donations to help out with. So I will get back to you on that particular aspect of it. But I do want to cover some of these events coming up. And there's one that I myself will be taking part in. It's a really cool event. It's called Walk a Mile in Her Shoes. So if you are in Manistee on April 26th, that's a Saturday, at 1 p.m., then you need to go to Veterans Memorial in Manistee, the park there, and so essentially it's going to be $10. It's a walk. $10 per person, right? Yeah, per walker. And so essentially you walk a mile in, high heels, which is a pretty cool concept. But you're doing it in show of support for survivors and to take a stand against violence. So I'm going to brief you the whole thing on it. It's a fun, unique opportunity to raise awareness about sexual assault. All are welcome to participate in this empowering walk where everyone wears high heels. Let's show our support for survivors and stand against violence. Don't miss on a chance to make a difference in our community. Like I said, it's $10 per walker, and you get the official t-shirt. So it's a pretty cool package deal. Really good price, actually, for that as well. Great cause, bringing awareness to sexual assault. Like I said, I will be participating in this one. And in fact, this whole, not just this event, but this spotlight charity, because it falls on Sexual Assault Awareness Month. This one hits home to me. I am a survivor of sexual assault that occurred when I was living out in Colorado. It actually happened in Denver. I was not living in Denver, but that's where it happened, October 25th of 2020. So people hear a lot of things about sexual assault, and they often don't understand the how it actually affects you psychologically. I knew before that ever happened that that's not my fault, or that if someone's sexual assault, it's not their fault. I knew that, but I tell you what, when it happened afterwards, even though I was aware of that, I still had that feeling of guilt and shame. It's devastating, and people look for reason to take it off the blame off of the person who did the deed, the person who was responsible for the assault. They often like to put it on the victim, for that matter. So raising awareness for this, helping people understand that this is a significant problem. It's not going away, and it needs to be addressed. And we need to make people feel comfortable that they are, in fact, not alone in this matter, that there are others that are suffering, and that they have support out there readily, or that's available for them. We just need to be able to find it easier. And it's not your fault if you've been sexually assaulted. I don't care what you were wearing. I don't care what you were doing. It is not your fault. And trust me, I understand how hard that one is to take, because I was currently struggling with active addiction in mine. And I wouldn't have been in Denver if I wasn't struggling with active addiction. And I wouldn't have been where I was or ran into any of the people if I wasn't using. But even so, I'm not the one to blame for that. It's the people that were on the other end, that were taking advantage, that are to blame on that one. That goes for all sexual assaults. Great way to make excuses. When it comes down to it, they know better. So, yeah. So it's a great event. Like I said, it'll be Saturday, April 26th at 1 p.m. So if you are in Manistee, go to it. If you are not in Manistee, but you by some off chance have a way of getting to Manistee, you're going to want to go to it. It's a great cause. It's a great time. It's worth every moment. So hopefully I'll see you there as well. But like I said, there's a lot of ways you can help out if you can't make it. So you can volunteer, and you have other numerous ways of donating. But I've been rambling for a while, so let's go back to the show. Welcome back. So we're going to do, this time, the next two songs are going to be from Disney, of all things. So we're going to do one from Lion King, Circle of Life, and we're doing the Elton John version of it. So music by Elton John, lyrics by Tim Rice. And blinking step into the sun, we're born to be seen, there can never be seen, more to do than can ever be done. Some say eat or be eaten, some say live and let live, but all are agreed as they join the stampede, you should never take more than you give in the circle of life. It's the wheel of fortune, it's the leap of faith, it's the band of hope, till we find our place on the path unwinding, in the circle, the circle of life. decide, and some of us soar to the stars, and some of us sail through our troubles. Some have to live with the scars. There's far too much to take in here, more to find than can never be found. But the sun rolling high through the sapphire sky keeps great and small on the endless round in the circle of life. It's a wheel of fortune, it's the leap of faith, it's the bend of hope, till we find our place on the path unwinding. In the circle of life. On the path unwinding, yeah, in the circle of life. All right, that's the shortened version. And now, of course, I always have to do this if I want to do any kind of Disney music. And I know it's usually a duet. I get that. But I think I do an alright job at the solo version as well. So, sorry. Without any further ado, A Whole New World from Aladdin. I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? I can open your eyes, take you wonder by wonder, over, sideways, and under, on a magic carpet ride. A whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no, or where to go, or say we're only dreaming. A whole new world, a dazzling place I never knew. But when I'm way up here, it's crystal clear that now I'm in a whole new world with you. Unbelievable sights, indescribable feelings, soaring, tumbling, freewheeling through an endless diamond sky. A whole new world, 100,000 things begin. I'm like a shooting star, I've come so far, I can't go back, I'm in a whole new world, with new horizons to pursue. I'll chase them anywhere, the time to spare. Let me share this whole new world with you. A whole new world, that's where we'll be. A thrilling chase, a wondrous place. So now we will pause again for another little bit on what's coming up for Big Andy Media and update in the world of Big Andy Media from relocating to potential new events and opportunities. Now I get to talk to you a little bit about Big Andy Media, who is the official sponsor of Singing for a Cause. And so Big Andy Media I created last year, so it's not that old of a company, but I created it with the intent of being able to do music-based things, doing podcasts, and eventually here having animated shows. Right now, the podcasts and the music are available. So I've already mentioned the Songrams as a service. An additional thing that's going to be coming to the Grand Rapids area is live performances. Now, I haven't had the opportunity to set that part up quite yet. I'm hoping that either within the next month or so that I will be able to give you more information on upcoming live performance opportunities, where they will be. But rest assured they will be there in the Grand Rapids area. Also, as I had mentioned earlier, we're looking for a location, a venue for to host the Singing for a Cause performances, which will be, as I mentioned, twice a month, the second and fourth Sunday of every month. And whether it be with a live audience or just an area that is visually appealing for the performances is what I'm looking for. And with hosting, you also get the shout outs, you get the credit for hosting as a venue. And I'll do my best also to help promote whatever your business or service may be. So that's as far as the music side of things. Additionally, we have the podcast still going. I brought back a couple weeks ago the Andy's Chopping at the Bit performances. So the podcast. So we on every Monday and Wednesday, typically every Monday and Wednesday. I'm not always the most consistent on that, but at least twice a week we'll have the Daily Biscuits. Daily Biscuits are essentially they're a short segment designed with giving you random trivial knowledge, whether it be history, technology, science, music, pop culture. It doesn't matter. It's always just a random short bit, usually a minute or two long. Then we have the actual Andy's Chopping at the Bit episodes, which are every Friday. Those are presented by Big Andy Media. Most of them are presented by Big Andy Media. Coming up, there will be some that aren't presented by Big Andy Media. If they have anything to do with a crossover that might teeter on an aspect of religion or politics, they will not be sponsored or presented by Big Andy Media. They will be independently done aside from Big Andy Media. But so far to this point, they've all been presented by Big Andy Media. Let's see. Covered that. So I'll go into this. So we were located in Ludington, Michigan. I have recently moved, almost a month ago now, I moved down to Grand Rapids. So Big Andy Media is transitioning from the Ludington area to the Grand Rapids area. It's a fun, exciting move. It's a much bigger market, which means there's a lot more potential within Big Andy Media. I forgot to mention also that within the music side of Big Andy Media, there's also songwriting, and more particularly, there is jingle writing. So for businesses that are looking for expanding their brand to an audio brand, having a jingle written for you is an excellent way of getting your brand out there. You don't have to think hard to find one. Like if you hear da-da-dun, da-da-dun, it's easy to think of ESPN, or on a more regular business side, ba-da-bum-bum-bum. I'm loving it. McDonald's, see? There's a lot of different sounds. Even the save big money at Menards. Jingles are a great way, a great investment for brand recognition, for audio brand recognition. So the services are available. I am blessed actually that one of the jingles, or kind of a jingle, it's more of a
a theme song, so to speak, for our Spotlight charity, COVE. I have had, I discussed with them, and I have had the honor to write a introductory theme song for their podcast series. So I actually have to finish that. I got a bit distracted and delayed for quite a while. So I'm going to wrap that up and finish that for them, and then you guys will be able to hear that jingle through them. And it's a great opportunity for me to share some of these talented services with others. But yeah, so that's on that side. I'm hoping that in the near future, but definitely in the future in general, that I will be able to release at least some shorts of that will lead to introducing the upcoming animated series. The first animated series I can announce. Well, I better not because I haven't got it copyrighted yet. But there's going to be a kids show, and then there's going to be an adult or older audience comedy. So exciting times ahead with Big Andy Media. Right now it's primarily focused on the podcasts, actually a lot on the podcasts, but also on the music side, soon to be on the music performance side, but definitely on the songwriting and more specifically jingle writing side. So if you are interested in any of those services, feel free to reach out to bigandymedia.com/contact, or you can simply, which there they have my work phone number, and as well as the email support@bigandymedia.com. So without further ado, let's get back to the show.
Okay, so now to the final two songs here. I'm going to do an original, and then I'm going to do the song I usually end with, which you will recognize when I get there. But first, my original, I Will Still Love Her. I can't quite seem to find a way. This girl, she knows just what to say to grind my gears and keep me coming back. She throws me blind so I can't see that she may be the one for me. She'll run away and I will cut her slack. We'll kiss, we'll fight, we'll make love all night, and the next day it'll all be over. But through time after time, I will still love her. She'll make me feel like I wear a crown, then knock me 6 feet underground. I won't know if she'll leave or if she'll stay. If she goes, I must be strong, not knowing if I can go on. I pray to God that she will be safe. I'll search, I'll find through the great divide that this surely can't be over. 'Cause through time after time, I will still love her. Sure where she is right now. She'll find me later anyhow. We'll play the game of how we're almost there. She'll say she wants to be my wife, then later cut me like a knife. At this point, I still can't help but care. Then we'll kiss, we'll fight, we'll make love all night, and the next day it'll all be over. But through time after time, I will still love her. And we'll kiss, we'll fight, we'll make love through the night, and the next day it'll all be over. But through time after time, I will still love her. And of course, I always, always, always end with the same. Oop, sorry about that. With the same great tune. Damn, sorry about that. My language is not the greatest right now. There we go. I hit the wrong button earlier. So this following song is, like I said, it's by the Beatles. It's a song I always like to end with. It's interactive. You're welcome to sing at home if you would like. I can't hear you, but that's fine. You can still sing at home, especially the very end of this song, because everyone enjoys the end part and soloing on the end. That is Hey Jude. Let me fix that. I think that's good. Actually, I'm gonna do an original key. It's not hard. Hey Jude, to make it bad, take a sad song and make it better. Remember to let her into your heart, then you can start to make it better. Hey Jude, don't be afraid. You were made to go out and get her. The minute you let her under your skin, then you'll begin to make it better. And anytime you feel the pain, hey Jude, refrain. Don't carry the world upon your shoulders. Well, you know that it's just you, hey, who plays it cool by making this world a little colder. Na 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 na. Hey Jude, don't let me down. You have found her, now go and get her. Remember to let her into your heart, then you can start to make it better. So let it out and let it in. Hey Jude, begin. No waiting for someone to perform with. And don't you know that it's just you? Hey Jude, you'll do the movement you need is on your shoulder. Na 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 na. Hey Jude, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. Remember to let her under your skin, then you'll begin to make it better, 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 better. Na 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 na. Hey Jude, slow it out. Na 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 na. Hey Jude. Na 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 na. Hey Jude. Na 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 na, hey Jude. Last time. Na 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 na, hey Jude. That's all we got today for Singing for a Cause. I am glad you guys came out to listen. I hope this helped out COVE and their efforts. And if you have the opportunity, please feel free to visit their website. I believe it's called cove.com. Visit, check out how you can help by donating and by volunteering. With that being said, have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you again on Monday through the podcast for another Daily Biscuit. Take care.